What's the quietest way you hid your pain? I didn't plan to be alive today. Not because something horrible happened, but because nothing ever got better. For months, I tried to tell my parents I wasn't okay, but I didn't even know how to say it. I'd come home from school, lie in bed for hours, and just stare at the ceiling feeling empty. I tried to talk to them lots of times, and even told them I didn't feel right and something was off. But my dad told me everyone had tough times, and I'd be okay. And my mom called me dramatic and emotional, and told me I just wanted attention. She even laughed and told me I had always been sensitive. But maybe I was. And maybe I did want them to notice because I felt like I was screaming inside, but nobody even looked up. So eventually, I stopped trying and didn't talk at dinner anymore, and I quit asking for help. I still did my homework and showed up to class, but that quite started to feel good. Nobody expected anything, so I could just be there without pretending to be okay. But I didn't plan to stay alive much longer, so I picked a day and I cleaned my room, wrote letters, and logged out of everything except a music list I prepared for that night. When the day came, I sat on my bedroom floor with the lights off, just staring at nothing. But that's when someone unexpectedly knocked. At first, I didn't move because I thought it was my mom. But then I heard a voice. It was Josh. We hadn't talked in weeks, and I'd been dodging his texts and calls. But there he was, standing in my doorway with 2 sodas and a bag of chips, and he told me he figured I was hiding from the world, so he brought drinks and magazines. I told him I was tired, but he told me that was fine and he'd just stay there, and that's exactly what he did. He sat on my floor, leaned against the wall, and started scrolling through his phone, and didn't even ask if I was okay. He just sat with me. Then he started talking about the dumbest stuff, like his grandma catching him vaping and our 7th grade science project when we set a paper towel on fire by mistake. Somewhere in those goofy stories, I smiled, and then I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because I forgot what feeling anything felt like, so that random stupid visit broke something open. I didn't want to die that night anymore, so I told myself to wait just one more day. The next day, while I was at school, my mom cleaned my room and found one of my letters. When I got home, she sat on my bed and asked me why I didn't tell them. I wanted to scream, but I didn't say anything and just stood there. But then she told me she had booked therapy for me. But I didn't need a therapist to tell me I was hurting. I just needed what Josh gave me. He didn't even know what I had planned that night. He was just being a friend. So if someone tells you they're not okay, listen to them and don't tell them to tough it out. Just sit with them quietly and share a soda.